Hi, I'm Jennifer J, and I'm here with my model Sarah. Today what we'll be doing on Sarah is using Clairol liquid color on her root, cover up some stripiness and ashiness that we want to get rid of at the root, and at the same time giving her some depth. So what I'd love for you to see is what her highlights look like now. Her natural color is ashy, but she has a lot of sort of stripiness throughout here, especially as you go through it. You can see as it's going down, there's some bleed marks, some ashiness, some kind of looks frosty in some spots. So what I'll be using today is Clairol liquid color. I'll be using 1.5 ounces of 57, 1/2 ounce of 47, and I'm doing something a little bit different today because I'll be using it with 6 volume as a developer. In addition, I'll be using color serum in the color in order to give it more shine. It conditions the hair while you're working, but the reason I love it so much is it makes the color just a little bit thicker, so as I'm going through her color, it's just easier for me to apply. So on top of that, Sarah was mentioning that there was something that she didn't like about her color either, which was?
I have intermittent dark within my hair that I would really love to lighten and brighten and get rid of.
Great,
So.
yeah. First things first, we'll put the root on, and at the same time, which is the beauty of Clairol, is covering and camouflaging and blending. Color serum will be in there as well to make sure that it's ease of use of the product. You just, get right through it, but it's thick so it's not drippy. I'll be lightening off the lowlights, and at the end I'm also going to be doing something a little bit different. I'll be using the Clairol liquid color in 27, which is like a lighter gold with double 6 volume and again color serum. So we'll be using that as a gloss just for a lot of shine, and we want to give it sort of a goldy sort of caramel look all over with a lot of shine. So you'll see a richer root, toning down stripy highlights, taking off all these sort of dark pieces in the front and lowlights that don't belong there, brightening everything up, and then glossing everything, so you'll see how beautiful and seamless and modern her color will look. I love to start in the middle and going down the right side to begin. So you'll see what I'll be doing is painting it down a little bit so it just gives it that fluid, natural looking root instead of seeing where the line of demarcation is. And at the end I'll use a smaller brush because it gives me a finer detail and it keeps everything looking a lot cleaner. You can see how amazing it is. It's like so easy to use. You can get through a full head in like 5 minutes. It's so much quicker than using like a cream color. And since Clairol has a lot of translucency, it doesn't give too much pigment on top of the highlights. You'll see they'll tone down, but you won't see a line of demarcation, which is amazing. So just going through, because I'm using this as more of a toner instead of worrying about covering gray, I can take slightly bigger sections, which makes my application time even faster. Sometimes when I'm also coloring and doing sort of corrections like this, I don't even do the immediate hair on the hairline, or I'll wait and do that at the very end or at the sink or something like that, just to keep it looking really extra natural. And then I go back down the middle, I find my part, and I start working down the right side. You can see I'm taking pretty big sections here. And because the color is liquid, it's just so much easier for saturation and it just glides on. So I'm going to paint the back down just a little bit farther than I was on the top and in the sides, because natural hair color would always have a little bit more depth in the back. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm painting it out just a little bit. Look at this. You'll see this afterwards. This will look entirely different once the color has processed. So I want everybody to know that once Clairol starts processing and it starts the oxidation process, the color can look black on your client's head. Don't panic if that's what it looks like. Even on the blondest blondes, it can sometimes look really dark. You just have to trust that you're using the right color and everything's okay, and don't worry about it. So now I'm done applying all of the root color on Sarah, and I'm switching over to a smaller brush so I can do like more detailed work without over coloring. So So I'm just gonna feather this on really gently. I wanna tie it together, but I don't want a harsh root. So just very gently with a light stroke with not too much product on. I'm using sort of the corner of the brush in order to keep less product on her hair. And then I'll do the right side. So that's it for now. A few minutes, I'll start rinsing this. I'll be removing her lowlights, and then I'll be toning her hair all over it at the bowl. So here we are with Sarah's final look. As you can see, the single process did so much for her. It just brought everything together. It sort of made it rich. It covered all of her stripiness. It covered all of her bleed marks. I mean, everything is just really gorgeous and seamless now. After I did the single process, at the sink on wet hair, I used a lightener as a wash with BW2 and just took all of the old lowlights off to just brighten it up a little bit, and then I glossed it, and this is her final look. And all of this was done in under an hour with Clairol liquid color, which is my absolute favorite, and everybody should get their hands on it because it's gorgeous.